I swear to God, this has to be the cheapest country in the world, or at least one of the top contenders for being the cheapest place to get intoxicated. Right? I'm walking around a Centro Comercial, or like a shopping mall, because I had to do some shopping. But at the same time, I didn't intend to, but I got wasted a little bit because there are just multiple stalls where there are people giving out free rum, and you can just keep going back to them. And I went back to each of them a few times, and I've gotten quite a few shots. And there's another stall where they're like giving out like full cans of this like kind of what feminine alcoholized lemonade type thing. So it's like what, like a flavored fruity seltzer water type thing, but it's like 5% alcohol. So I got two of those as well, and like six shots. So, and I could go back and get more, but I'm just like, you know, I guess I shouldn't. I don't know, like why I feel like it's morally wrong somehow to be getting intoxicated for free. But yeah, anyway, um, so far today I've gotten like six shots and two free cans of this like alcoholic seltzer stuff. And at one point I went, because like it's near an outdoor gym, so I went to an outdoor gym to do a little bit of exercise and some pull-ups. And there are lads like hanging out there and they're banging out, dealing, hustling. They be hustling, like is common in this country, and seemed like decent lads for the most part, except there was one prick, Esteban. Yeah, less cool, trying to eye what was in my wallet when I took out payment, because like I bought a Barato, a spliff, a joint. Well, not a spliff actually, because I believe spliff entails tobacco, but Fury, like little joint, and I don't know, maybe like a gram in it or something, but full pure weed spliff anyway. Cost me 2,000 pesos, dos mil pesos, and so the current exchange rate, a euro is 4,300, which is 4,300, and that means I got a pure weed spliff today for about 40 or 45 cents, euro cents, or the equivalent. So that was my reward after I did my few sets of pull-ups and a few sets of weights with the, like imperfect but fairly decent machines they have in the outdoor gyms here. Um, so yeah, and then I went back to the Centro Comercial because I needed to buy a couple of things before I went home. And yeah, like I got more shots and I got more of those like alcoholic lemonade things, and all for free. And now, I'm feeling fairly festive, and it's like what, not even 20 past 4 in the day, and I literally spent zero money on anything alcoholic, and I spent like maybe like what, 40 cents on a joint to have after I worked out, and yeah, it's incredibly economical sometimes to get intoxicated here. It is actually really ridiculous, and I've never been anywhere on Earth where you can do similar for a similar cost, because in Ireland, if you're going to get a joint anywhere, that was like, purely and had around a gram in it, you're, like if you're lucky to find such an offer as far as black market commerce, which is, it's not so widely available there, where you're going to pay like 15 or 20 euros and you're probably going to get shorted as far as, like what you get versus what you're supposed to get. And here as well, it's remarkable because if you're in the very touristy area of El Poblado, you'd have little shitheads on the street trying to sell you the same thing, and they'd be trying to charge you 50,000 pesos for a joint, for a barato. And I've had this situation where, I'd go to El Poblado for whatever reason, and usually I don't, because I don't like it there because of this sort of thing. And yeah, like you'd have like little street rats trying to rip you off like everywhere you go, and they'd be trying to charge you 50,000 pesos for a joint. You know what I mean? Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. And here, Bayo, like random dudes in a like park workout area, like you don't even need to haggle with them, you don't need to argue with them. Literally, like I probably could have argued them down to like meal pesos, which is like 20 cents or 25 cents for a joint. Yeah, I'm just laughing because I saw a Latin American Santa Claus there, and I was like, dressed as Santa Claus, but it's a very tanned looking Santa Claus there. I don't think it's very sunny in the North Pole. So, that made me laugh, the thought of that. But anyway, yeah, it's crazy the difference as far as like regional or barrio to barrio economics in this place, because like some people do definitely try to rip you off, and it's very common. And if you're an extranero here for a big conspicuous white dude like me, you get that sort of thing plenty. And just I don't ever accept people trying to overcharge me or rip me off. So yeah, there is a lot of that, or a lot of attempts anyway, and it's crazy. Literally, like, so some people would charge you like 20, 25 times the value of, or the cost of what someone else is going to charge you for the exact same thing. So that's the thing. When you're in Medellin, you literally have to shop around, and you like have to find the right people, because there are so many people. Most people are literally just going to try to overcharge you and steal your money, especially if you're white. It's just like they see a white person and they think, oh, look, somebody I can justify stealing from or overcharging. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that thing. But at the same time, if you're thrifty, if you're street smart, if you're careful, and if you're shopping around, you will be able to get significantly drunk and stoned for less than 50 cents euro or dollar wise. So I'm actually circling back to get a couple more shots before I leave this place, and I might go back to the playground then and get another, like 40 cent spleef. And there's the UFC on later, so yeah, I'm just working my way up to that. Actually, I'm going to go to a restaurant that's closer to home as well, which is like less than €3 for like a proper decent meal. That's literally around 600 calories plus, and you're paying like 13,000 pesos, which is crazy. Like that's the thing. If you are here, you have to shop around, or else you're just gonna, like you can fall into the extra narrow or fucking foreigner tourist trap of just doing what's convenient and going where is popular and paying what is asked by whomever. But if you're more careful, you'll save a lot of money. Anyway, okay, I want to see if I can get more rum there before I actually go home. So let's see what happens if I do. Bye, Fry. Hola, mi amiga. Quiero un poco más. Like, dos más y estoy terminando. Sí, sí, necesito tomando más alcohol afuera. Medellín. ¿Qué te llamas? Valentina? Mucho gusto. ¿Qué parte de Medellín eres?
Envigado.
Envigado, ok. Es muy bonito lugar. Sí. Me gusta Envigado. Envigado y Sabaneta son mi favorito lugares de Medellín. Sí, sí. Bello, me gusta Bello, pero Sabaneta y Envigado son más, rosa. Gracias. ¿Y uno más? Sí, fantástico. Okay. Perfect. Ooh. Okay, are we still recording? Yeah, I guess we're still recording. So yeah, if you didn't hear, that was me getting two more shots and trying to make small talk, so I'm not just complete bum trying to get free alcohol the entire time. But obviously, that's my entire reason for talking to those people. But I don't know, they probably think oh, foreigner, he just wants to fuck somebody or something, and he's using the alcohol as an excuse to get sex. So good. Think that. Just don't think I'm, some random alcoholic or Irish person who is really unable to say no to free booze. So yeah, that makes 8 free shots and 2 free cans of an alcoholic kind of lemonade-y type, seltzer-y type drink, which was, I think it was sugar-free as well, which is great because I'm trying to avoid sugar and I don't mind a bit of sucralose. So yeah, pretty ideal, you know what I mean, as far as me trying to stay keto at the same time as having a good time and, getting intoxicated on the weekend while I'm in beautiful Medellin, Colombia. So yeah, in total, so far today, for free, I have had 8 shots of rum and 2 cans of that lemonade-y type drink. And I'm just going to leave now. I could hang around and get more, but I just don't want to seem like too much of a bum, too much of a leech, too much of a, ne'er-do-well who is just annoying the people who have the free alcohol. But at the same time, I don't really give a shit because, I'm not going to be living here long term, and it's not like, oh no, I will have a reputation as someone who likes alcohol in a place. I will be for 3 months. So yeah, I don't really care, which is great because that's the thing. When you're on holidays or when you're in another country, you can kind of act with less discretion because it's okay if you sometimes act a little bit of the fool or act a little bit more questionable than the more well-behaved locals who are concerned about their reputation, what other people might say of them if they're bombing too many free shots of rum around the local Centro Comercial. So yeah, I don't know if I had a point beyond that. I just think this whole situation is hilarious where I can go out and, get lots of free stuff and not even have to spend money, even though it's so cheap here anyway. I mean, if I was spending money, I'd be paying around 4,000 pesos for a shot if I'm in the right place, you know what I mean? Un trago is like one shot, and it's about 4,000. It's about 4,000 pesos if you're, if you got a decent place. Some places, yeah, I went to another place there a couple of days ago, and it was 6,500 pesos for a shot. Fucking hell, rip-off. But at the same time, the only reason I went in there was because there was a fucking gorgeous girl working in there. And I did end up talking to her and getting her phone number. So okay, I will pay 60 medio mil pesos por un trago if it means I'm gonna be, essentially the only dude in the gaff hanging out with some babe and getting a phone number that I otherwise would not have gotten. So, I'll pay the extra, like 50, 60 cents per shot just for the privilege of the opportunity of being around such a lovely chicas. So yeah, I'm on my way home now anyway, and I just wanted to document the ridiculous situation where I can get 8 shots and 2 cans of like 5%, like Alco Pop type drink, all for free, and a spliff for like 40 cents from some random dudes on some, like park playground workout area. Crazy stuff. Yeah, like if you want to party and at the same time not break the bank, Medellin, Colombia, and especially del Norte is a good destination. Would recommend, and I'm just looking at all the crazy native flora as I like walk around the gaff on my way back to my house, and there's some like dude eyeing me really hard, but it's just like, oh boy, I would eat your soul if you ever interfered with my life in such a way that you caused me to turn nasty. But yeah, like similar with your man fucking Esteban, Jesus Christ. Like, I'm gonna be going back to that fucking playground at some point to be like getting cheap spliffs or like working out, just because it's near my house and it's a pretty good. It's one of the better outdoor gyms I've encountered as far as the amount and type of equipment that they do have. So I'm going to be going back there, but yeah, I'm going to be careful about bringing too many valuables because like nothing happened today. Like, but one of the fucking lads was a bit fucking overzealous trying to like eye my valuables there, and it was just like, boy, don't cause yourself trouble. Like, and the other dudes were sound, and they got that your man was fucking acting a bit out of line, and I think your man was either really fucked up or like has some sort of fucking mental deficit generally or something, because I was being cool, everyone else was being cool, and he was a little bit like, showing that he wanted what I fucking had, and I didn't appreciate that, but whatever, like nothing fucking occurred, but it did kind of breach the collective cool a little bit at least. So that just taught me a little lesson for next time. Be a little more fucking leery, because like if one person is not willing to act according to everybody trying to keep things fucking harmonious and keep things friendly between everybody present, then a big fucking situation could occur, because he knows them better than I know them, and if he gets out of line, and if he needs to get put in place, or if something bad needs to unfortunately happen for some fucking unfortunate reason, like someone fucking trying to take something that doesn't fucking belong to them or overstepping their boundaries generally, then some bad shit might happen. And then like if one person is there alone, and even if the fucking dickhead is out of line, is recognized as being a dickhead out of line by the people who fucking know him, because they know him, the allegiance is probably going to be on the side of this fucking guy, and a big situation could occur because I'm the unknown, and the person that wants to act a dickhead is close to the other people in the environment who otherwise aren't going to be fucking dickheads, you know? And I'm not presuming they are going to be in under any circumstances anyway, but this is just me thinking about how shit could have played out when it, or, you know, like how things could play out in the future in a similar situation. So, you know, I'm just like going over this in my head because I'm trying to explain this to anybody else, because this is the sort of thing that I think about a lot, and this is the sort of thing that I try to prepare myself for. As there's some, you know, dude eyeing me on my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I'm like walking through an area where like some people who are like, you know, their means of subsistence is collecting and recycling garbage, so I understand that some people might want to try some shit on, but at the same time, I just, you know, I don't think I present as the sort of person who is calling for such a thing to happen. But at the same time, I'm like, iPhone, you know, like that's a valuable. I have my Apple Watch is just like, yeah, it's a valuable, and it's like something I probably shouldn't wear when I'm out, but it's like, if anybody tries to take this thing off me, it's not going to fucking work for them anyway. It's just going to immediately break if I'm not wearing it, and if it's not connected to my devices. So, like, I don't even see any fucking rhyme or reason to robbing such a thing from such a fucking shithead as me. So, yeah, like, anyway, I'm just trying to, like, verbalize the situation and like what the sort of things that I'm experiencing and the sort of things I'm considering as potential worries, and you know, like the sort of things that either are happening or could potentially happen, you know, like worst case scenario, or how I might guard myself against worst case scenario type situations that could occur based on the sort of situations that I find myself in and that I put myself in. And because, you know, I obviously could be more careful and just fucking hide in my apartment all day, or like fucking get a hotel and fucking stay in touristy areas and like literally only hang out in shopping malls and get like taxis everywhere I go from place to place. But that's just like domesticated bitch ass living that I just don't want any part of. It's going to cost me way too much money and kill a lot of the fun in my life as it is at the moment. So no. Anyway, for now, goodbye.